Good day, everyone. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a cost-effective, interesting, and efficient option for starting a small-scale greenhouse operation, the farmer greenhouse. These greenhouses are 8 meters wide and can be covered with either film or polycarbonate. A key advantage of this design is its straight vertical wall, which makes it very convenient to install side ventilation. The height can be adjusted, so an 8-meter wide greenhouse can be of various heights. The standard optimal height is 3.5 meters, but we can adjust it higher or lower. The standard vertical part is 1.4 meters. The base is mounted on anchor plates that can be directly installed into the ground. These anchors have stops that allow for a rigid connection between the structure and the ground. This is very important because in most cases, the quality of the connection between the structure and the ground determines its resistance to wind loads. The anchors are driven into the ground every 2 meters, and then the frames are installed on them. The X-shaped structure of the anchors provides resistance to rocking, while the stops prevent the anchors from going too deep into the ground. These anchors, which are also driven piles, are easy to install and can be additionally reinforced with concrete pillars. At the ends, there is an upper vent that can be opened manually or using electric drives. This particular design is equipped with electric drives. The vents can be easily opened and closed from both sides using buttons. Typically, the vents open up to 70 degrees, as opening them further would create too much leverage and is unnecessary, since the open space is sufficient for hot air to escape through the top. It's important to note that during strong winds, it's best to close the vents to minimize the leverage created by the vent relative to the end wall. If you see a strong wind coming, it's best to close the greenhouse. The wind itself will cool the greenhouse, so even on a sunny, hot day, if there's a good airflow, the greenhouse won't overheat. The connection between the ends and the frame is reinforced with wind bracing. Wind bracing is a diagonal element that compresses the arches, significantly increasing the structure's resistance to wind loads. Additionally, if the greenhouse is longer than 30 meters, an internal wind belt is installed to provide additional rigidity. All arches are made in the form of a truss and are welded constructions made of 30x30 tubing. They have very high load-bearing capacity. For example, a truss made of 30x30 tubing has a higher load-bearing capacity than a 60 diameter round tube for vertical static loads. Thanks to the horizontal crossbars that run along the entire length of the greenhouse, and there are about 7-9 of them depending on the design, the frame is very rigidly connected together using these crossbars. Additionally, the truss-type frame used in this design makes it very convenient to attach various equipment. In this particular design, axial fans are installed. Their purpose is to circulate the air inside the greenhouse during cold periods and create an airflow during the summer to prevent the greenhouse from overheating. The axial fans are selected to circulate a volume of air approximately 8–10 times greater than the volume of the greenhouse. The film can be used as a single layer or a double layer. If 2 layers are used, an upper film inflation system is installed, which inflates the film, making it significantly warmer and better at retaining heat. On the other hand, it also becomes much stiffer. If the ends are also made of polycarbonate, it significantly increases their load-bearing capacity. They are resistant to wind loads and are much more durable. As practice shows, it is the ends that are most susceptible to various mechanical damages because people constantly walk there, near the doors, and with tools, which can damage the film. With polycarbonate, this will be much less of a problem. Double doors are very convenient and practical for both people, carts, and small tractors to enter, as the doorway width is about 1.86 meters. The recommended distance between greenhouses is from 1.5 to 2.5 or 3 meters. This distance is determined by the need to clear snow between the greenhouses in winter. If too much snow accumulates, it can put pressure on the sidewalls. Therefore, a distance of 1.5 to 2.5 meters between greenhouses is recommended. In this particular design, a double layer of film is used. We also have side ventilation that can be opened and closed manually using a mechanical gear reducer. The side ventilation is additionally equipped with a mosquito net to prevent insects from entering the greenhouse and thus limiting the entry of pests during ventilation. Additionally, there are side ventilation stoppers to prevent the sidewalls from flapping when the side ventilation is open. When one part is open and the second part allows air to enter, these shafts often start to fly and bounce off the frame. The orange ropes, which are these stoppers, prevent the side ventilation from moving away from the greenhouse frame. The entire film is secured with a zigzag, which provides a non-breakable attachment to the frame. These structures are manufactured by the company teplitca, so you can visit our website to learn more about prices, sizes, and other parameters, as well as to place an order. We provide a full cycle of services from manufacturing to installation, as well as the installation of all internal equipment for heating, lighting, irrigation, and ventilation, allowing the greenhouse to operate not only in the autumn-spring period but year-round. Subscribe to our channel to see the most interesting things. Our goal is to make greenhouse business accessible to the majority of the population, and that's why we strive to provide as much information as possible about this type of activity.